Hello and welcome to another episode of Real Improvement. We're going to be doing some more fishing line and rigging. Today it's actually going to be joining 20-pound mono leader to 40-pound diamond braid. I use orange for when I do king fishing. It's easier to see something out there with a color, know where my lines are at, whereas I'll use a clear for going into the water. Any advantage I can take. Whether it works or not, I'm not going to take a chance. So what we have to start off with using is the PR bobbin knot tool. You have to use this in order to make this knot. It is very strong, very small, not something you're going to be able to do on the water, or at least I can't do it yet. I can do most knots on the water, but this one takes the tool, and I really don't want to lose the tool in the water. So once you start off, you got to get, there's two little O-rings on this one, and you got to get it kind of into the O-ring, so it actually puts a little tension on there. You may have to tug down tight on it to get it in there. I'll put a couple wraps. So do that. Then I'm just going to start winding on here. I don't know how much I'm going to use, but I also want it to get a little tension on my rod. I need it a little tight. Then take this is your drag. You need to get that tight. Not so tight that it can't move, but it needs to be tight enough. I'm going to pull a little line off here. So, like saying you're going to take this line. This may be a little more difficult to see. Sorry, but I do use clear line, so this orange will help do this. And I'm going to take and put a couple of wraps around my finger here. Bring this up. And I'll wrap that around. I'm going to wrap this a couple around because I need to keep it as small as I can. Then I'm going to take, that didn't quite work, a couple of wraps around. Now in order to really get this going, you're going to have to make sure that you've got your fingers wrapped in here tight. You don't want this twisting. See, it'll come undone. That's more properly done. Then you're going to have to start spinning this, and I need that a little closer to my fingers. Hopefully I don't hit the camera. But you got to have it pinched in because it's going to end up coming towards this side. The tough part is getting it started spinning and going the right direction. And I'll turn it. And it was going the wrong direction. So I'll have to start over again. Probably have to edit that out. Yeah, it will start to go the wrong direction. That's why it's a tough one to do. Bring my fingers in here again. I'm going to have to edit the tar out of this one. You see, it just likes to keep going the wrong direction. It must go the other direction for the proper wraps. So I'm going to have to start that over again. And I will probably have to edit a good chunk of this out. So if you see there's a skip, well, that's because A, I don't want to keep this in there. B, I need to retighten this. And I don't want to have that messed up line in there. I need it to be good line. And I got to get that rod out of my lamp. This is why you can't do it on the water. This knot can drive you crazy. It's strong, but it takes time to learn to do this. Don't give up. It can be a bit tedious, but what you end up with is going to be worth it. Now there's people, if you do this every day, you're going to have no problem. My mother would be so upset with me for doing that. Now I've got a few wraps there. Okay, let's see if we can't get this one going right this time. And once again, it looks like it went the wrong direction. GoPro stop. And now that knot has gone the correct way. Pull some of it out. Cut it.
Motion detected at the front door.
And where it's strongly wrapped, do an overhand knot. And bring that down very snug. You'll know it's going the right direction when you can feel it tightening on your finger. Now I do a couple of different knots on this. And I'll have to unwind that. Make sure you snug that down big time. You don't want to do all this work and have it come undone. Okay? Now you can stop there if you wish. But I don't like my fish getting off because I did a bad job on a knot. And I didn't secure it as much as I should have. So I'm going to go with a second. And then because I don't like an unfinished knot, I'm going to finish it with a risotto. I learned to do this when it takes a little bit of time to really learn. It's like, ooh, sounds fancy. It's not. It is, take this, cross it over your top. You created a loop. And you're going to do like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think I got 5. And you're gonna take this. What I'll do is I'll take this piece and I'll lay it across that knot. And then you can kind of see that. What you need to do is take your wrapping the front and unwrapping the back. Tight as you can. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now when you're done, take your tag end and pull it. And now you have a finished knot that will go through your guides. It's small. Clip it up close as you want. I'll clip mine pretty close. Then you'll have a bit of wound up leader. If you've done it right, it will wind up on it. Get it up close. Make sure you don't cut your main line, which I have done before, which makes all your work. And that, you can pull on it. Of course, I got to watch out. I got plenty of cuts on my fingers from doing this sort of thing because I use braid. And I'll wind something around so as not to cut my own fingers again. Tug on it. Check it. Test your knot. Test it here. If it's going to fail, it's going to fail here. I give it a good tug. It is not going to fail. The last thing I'll do is, because I end up with a bit of a twist, so I'll take and untwist it. And now I'm ready to have somebody come hold a pen, pencil, what have you, and be able to put my leader onto my line. Okay, the rest of this is just trash. So I'll edit this together and hopefully it comes out better, and I'll show you my mistakes. So thank you, and always improve.